Hey, how's it going? In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at some information that I managed to find on a government's website about crypto, and perhaps worth taking a look at some information for people who are interested in finding out more what crypto is, perhaps what you can find to be shared by on the government's websites, right? So, but potentially that was paid by our taxes, potentially. Crypto, the basics. If you're thinking about buying crypto, you need to know the basics and understand the risk before jumping in. And remember, if you decided to invest in crypto, then you should be prepared to lose all the money you have invested. So far, so good. Yeah, so there's risk asset. You shouldn't risk more than you perhaps are able to lose, and like potentially all the money that you will invest in there, but you will so because everyone will try to sell it as it would potentially bring you a lot of money, right? Either way, so far so good. I like the way how they presented everything. What is crypto? Crypto has grown rapidly in the last few years, accompanied by a surge in speculative trading, which means people trading just because they have heard it may rise in value. So that's intentions, not perhaps not the best intentions. If anything, any takeaways, perhaps try to do your own research and focus on the process of doing research and perhaps thinking behind making those decisions, right? If anything, perhaps some takeaways there. Why would you be interested in investing in anything, right? Rather than seeking evidence to support the potential rise. Crypto can be thought as I don't like this wording, but either way, let's stick to whatever information I can find, right? Digital representation of value or rights, right? So it's digital, so it's perhaps uh, either way. They are secured by encrypted and typically used for some information that was encrypted and potentially secured, and typically use some type of distributed ledger technology, right? So it's it's hard even to explain that, but either way, allow data to be recorded and stored across network of participants. This keeps the data secure and means there is no one single central data storage point or one central authority that grants participants permission to access and participate in the network. Either way, that's not necessary. Some of the projects are decentralized and some of the projects are centralized, right? So how it should be. I do understand how it should be, but it's not. That's not necessarily limited to it. So since some of the projects can be centralized, so something that I need to repeat it so people people would understand. I guess some of the projects are there's different structures for some of the projects, right? Even governments looking to release some of the blockchain projects. Most of those projects might be centralized, right? Where some of those projects be decentralized. The idea behind it, perhaps there's an options there, but idea is making everything decentralized. So that's the idea behind it, which is very interesting idea. But some of the projects are there, so you do your own research. You need to understand the thinking behind it and what's the reason why people would build different projects and all that before investing. And difference and everything people need to understand themselves. Where does crypto came from? Crypto, sure. There are many types of crypto, and the market continues to evolve rapidly. Then I don't know, crypto. That sounds like a slang. Where there are different cryptocurrencies, or there are different projects built on different cryptography, right? With crypto, but either way, that perhaps be misleading, or can be considered slang. The way of some cryptos are created and operated makes them very different from what some people would classify as tangible assets, meaning things that you can physically see or touch, like gold or cash. So-called unbacked crypto have no tangible assets that sits behind them. as perhaps currently value or cash, right? It doesn't hold any value other than perhaps trust. But either way, I'm not supporting anything. Disclaimer: I'm not supporting anything. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Be very careful with your money, and if anything, try to do as much research as you can before making any decisions. The prices can increase or decrease depending on where other people are willing to buy them. If people stop buying them, the price should fall dramatically. Perhaps, but either way, so I can argue every point all the time. I can argue everything, right? So perhaps the crypto itself it should solve the problem, right? So crypto itself would offer some benefits by solving a problem, so it would hold some value other than perhaps other people willing to invest in it. So that by doing that would create value. Perhaps it's a itself idea, and I do get what author of this article was trying to convey, but perhaps crypto itself, some of the projects might should focus on solving different problems. By doing that, solving a problem, creating value, and my people might be interested in investing in some of the projects of that instead of hoping that other people would invest in that, and by other people investing would create value from nothing. So perhaps the idea itself is not necessarily built on solid foundation. There are central banks like Bank of England issued and oversee the money we use daily. Cryptos are developed and run by groups, individuals, or companies. Publicly available information about some of these groups, individuals can be vague, and as crypto activity is not regulated in the UK, there is no safety net if things go wrong. The underlying technology behind crypto, in particular DLT and certain cryptos, might have positive impact on the future of financial services. I'm just reading the information. I do not agree with any of the statements made. If may lower costs, increase efficiency, enable faster settlements, and help better monitor transactions. I don't think anyone has a problem with the speed of settlements. I don't think anyone. Value proposition there, speed. No one's looking for more speed. But it seems like people, I don't know, some of the people delusional for some reason, thinking that we need more speed. It's not that we need money backed by something. So perhaps gold, and why we went away from a gold standard. And now the idea behind it, some of the technology that could potentially generate some or solve some problems out there with technology, right? So it's again, it's built on such a weak foundation, and this article is perhaps could be done a little bit better, if anything, because these government institutions constantly, when I'm communicating with those government institutions, right, they're saying that my points are not very best or well thought out. But then I'm looking to offer some feedback for some of those government institutions. So me pointing out some of the weak points there. There could be used for payments. This is especially the case of cross-border payments, where stablecoins may lower the cost of speed up settlements by business and customers. This is what they're trying to sell you, or people, consumers who are interested in blockchain projects, on the speed. No one's struggling with speed. No one's struggling. So no one's struggling with speed. If anything, we perhaps, at least myself, I would prefer to have better policies out there, monetary policies, where some of the money would not necessarily be just paper, but the money would be backed by something, by gold ideally. That was great. At the time was great. So if anything, so since we finding ourselves in a big problem, we're looking to address this problem and trying to put together different projects where could potentially we can solve a number of problems, but speed is not one of those. People who are interested in learning more, I have published this journal. In the journal, I'm sharing a lot of information, where to begin, how to structure a day, some of the areas highlighted in the journal should address your current habits, the way how you're structuring it, as well as if you were to work from cover to cover, that would be enough time for you to develop habits that will last. Ideally, that would be a foundation to building routines. Addressing some of those areas that would be very important for you to become highly productive, effective when it comes to accomplishing your goals. I have identified different areas across the day, which I personally believe is very important. If you were to work or purchase this journal, if anything, I will address time as a main concern, 24 hours, and how to optimize your time. From there, you can identify different areas. If you were to begin with the areas that I personally believe are important, from there you can progress in developing your own areas which you would like to work on. You can find it in the description below, as well as Top Retailers has it. This article I have taken from FCA, Financial Conduct Authority's website about crypto, and I personally believe it could be written. This article. There's a lot of room for improvement, if anything. I would give 1 out of 5 stars. So that's my personal opinion about these articles and the way how they're written, right? Because it seems like it's been written by, I don't know, some 20-year-old, not necessarily understands projects have value, or some of those projects might have. So that's my personal opinion. I have received so many reviews myself from some of those government institutions, and I'm looking to discuss the way how some of those institutions conducting their work, and perhaps some of those areas that they should improve, as well as perhaps selling points, core values of the crypto, as well as perhaps using less slang, being more informational, perhaps looking to address some of the issues currently, and why we need to discuss some of the future projects that would be done by individuals or companies, and how other people looking to step up and control those projects, perhaps not necessarily having the right understanding about some of those projects. I have read perhaps 6 books on this subject, and myself, I'm not necessarily the professional within this industry, but I can understand that there's a better wording that could be used, so there's some room for improvement, if anything. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.